This is Carolina AM.
Welcome back to Carolina AM. Joining us this morning is Monty Reed, the Beach Patrol Manager with the North Myrtle Beach Police Department, and we're talking about safety while visiting the beach. And it's a great time to cover this. Obviously, we're about to head into tourist season. So first of all, welcome, Monty. So nice to have you on the show here.
Thanks for having me.
Okay, so talk us through a little bit about what we should be keeping in mind as we think about beach safety.
Well, I really want to focus on two components this morning, and that would be swim near lifeguard and rip current education. Primarily, most importantly, when you visit the beach, you need to swim in front of a lifeguard. Find a lifeguard, talk to the lifeguard, have a conversation with the lifeguard. Hey, good morning, how are you today? What kind of conditions do we have? In North Myrtle Beach, we fly the flags, green, yellow, and red, kind of like a traffic light. So find out what the surf conditions today are. Are there any rip current hazards? Is there a longshore current? Any aquatic hazards like jellyfish, those type of things. If you have young children, grandchildren, encourage them to swim in front of the lifeguard, introduce them to the lifeguard. That is really one of the most important things you can do.
That's wonderful advice.
And obviously, learning how to swim. Do a Learn to Swim program. American Red Cross has awesome Learn to Swim program. Everybody who visits an open water pool anywhere should learn how to swim.
Absolutely.
I mean, swimming is one of the greatest things we can enjoy in our lives, and I encourage everybody to learn how to swim and take a Learn to Swim program.
So you mentioned, make sure that it's important to find that lifeguard. And so in North Myrtle Beach, there's what, 9 or so miles?
We have
mile stretch of beach.
Yes.
And how many lifeguards would there be in that stretch?
Well, we're excited about this upcoming season. So we've our city council, our city manager, our police chief, our department, they really care about beach safety. And so we increased our pay this year, and we're adding more lifeguard towers, the big towers. And we're hoping to be close to fully staffed, which we have not been in years. We're hoping to have close to 90 to 100 lifeguards.
Wow, that's incredible.
Yeah.
And so, as I mentioned, they're still looking to hire some qualified lifeguards. So if you know of anybody, or you yourself are a great swimmer and trained, and you want to have a beach job, how can they find out more information about how to look?
Well, they can visit nmb.us or visit nmboceanrescue.com.
Oceanrescue.com, okay.
NMB, like North Myrtle Beach.
Awesome. Well, that is a great number of lifeguards for not, a huge stretch of beach, because there's a lot of residential areas in there too. So you're going to find a lifeguard tower in front of the big resorts. You're going to find a lifeguard tower in front of those more congested areas, or where there's a larger public parking area. So there's no excuse not to be able to find a lifeguard. But that's great advice. Get to know them. Let them see you. Just say, hey, I'm here with my grandkids. They're younger. They're not strong swimmers. So let's make sure that we are aware of where the lifeguards are, and like you said, aware of those rip currents or longshore currents. So tell people, what is the difference between those two?
Well, a rip current mainly is a channel of water that's just going to pull you out. There's this misconception that it's an undertow. It's going to pull you underwater. That's not correct. It's not called an undertow, It's a rip current. It's a current of water that pulls you. It can pull you out. It can pull you at an angle, and it can pull you and actually puts you back towards the beach. So the newest campaign between NOAA and the United States Life Saving Association is focused on knowing your options. Okay, it's not the current that kills people, it's the panic, it's the trying to fight it, the exhaustion. That's what gets people in trouble. So you can float the current, wait for help, stay calm, the lifeguard will come out. They've been trained to do this. They'll come out, bring you out of the current, and bring you to shore. And like I said a minute ago, sometimes the current, they do a lot of studies on these, and sometimes the current can actually push you right back to shore, to pull you out and pull you in a circular motion and pull you right back into shore. It can also push you at an angle and push you out of the current. So knowing your options. I can swim parallel to shore, which is, but they've been teaching that for years, swim parallel to shore and then out of the current, or just float and wait for a lifeguard to come and get you. So it's important to stay calm.
Right.
That's the most important
Again, that's
thing.
the most important thing, because some people don't know that it's a rip current, like you mentioned. They just think that's the undertow, just the water is that strong.
Correct.
So then I need to fight it, and now I'm panicking because I'm running out of energy. So know that and especially if you're at a resort and you're a little bit higher up, you can see them. It's very easy to see them.
That's a very good point.
There's literally a channel that just is going perpendicular to the beach. So if you just swim out of that, or like you said, just stay calm and don't fight it. You can even just float, wave for help. So again, waving for help. Can't do that if you're too far from a lifeguard tower. So make sure that you find those towers, stay close, get to know your beach safety officers, and that's going to keep us nice and safe on the beach this season. So again, if you are a qualified lifeguard, and they have to pass, let's talk about for a minute the stringent requirements. So these are qualified people ready to save your life.
Exactly. So all of our lifeguards attend a 7-day lifeguard training academy. We pay for all their training. They're paid for training. We pay for their required certifications. First thing they're going to do is a 500-meter swim test in the pool. And your average person can't swim 500 meters, much less in 10 minutes.
10 minutes.
So you have to prepare yourself. So that is usually the biggest challenge. Once they get through the initial testing phase of the training, typically they're good after that, but the last few days of the academy are spent in the ocean. We do pier jumps, we do all kinds of stuff. Wow. And then once they've done training, they shadow a veteran lifeguard for 3 days. Wow. And then if they're ready, they work on their own. So it's 10 days of training. That's
a lot, that's intense. So that sounds like a great program. So again, we'll have that information on our website as well if you are interested or know anybody who is, but make sure that you stay safe this summer, stay safe on the beach, find a lifeguard, and tell them they're doing a good job.
Absolutely. Appreciate your lifeguards because they really are first responders on the beach.
Absolutely.
And we go right along with fire, police, EMS. They are first responders.
Absolutely.
And they need to be appreciated.
Sure. And thank you so much for all that you do. And thanks so much for being on the show today.
Well, thanks for
Monty.
having me this morning.
All right. Well, stick around. We've got a lot more coming up on Carolina AM.